Good afternoon, I'm student meteorologist Josh Green, bringing you an excellent view of right behind Doak Candle Stadium at our sunset today. Currently sitting at 83 degrees, partly cloudy skies, with winds coming out of northeast at 7 miles per hour. At our satellite radar right now, looking at our viewing area, pretty clear, not much cloud cover. A little bit to our south in the Orlando and heading into South Florida area, you can see we've got a lot of cloud cover and some rain, which we'll get into later in the show. Looking at our southeast area right now, you can see a bunch of cloud cover covering all the way from northern Florida down into the Miami region. A little bit to our north, we've got very clear skies, and same story in Tallahassee. Tonight, we're going to get into the high 60s, mostly clear with winds coming out of the northeast at 9 miles per hour. As for tomorrow, 87 degrees, isolated storms, winds at 9 miles per hour. A little bit of our headlines. We're going to warm up as we head into the later of the week, and we're going to look at our 26th tropical storm of the year. This is FSU weather.
Hello, this is your edition of FSU Weather. Right now we are looking at Doak Candle Stadium. You can see a really nice day outside for most of us. A little bit on the warm side, but honestly not terribly bad. To have a walk today, maybe walk your dog. So as you can see here, it is currently 83 degrees and partly cloudy. Wind coming from the northeast at 7 miles per hour, making it feel a little bit seasonable right now. A little bit on the warm side for us here in Tallahassee. But again, it is still October. You can see satellite radar here. This cloud cover sort of increasing along with this rain from Daytona Beach up towards the I-75 corridor. Won't make it to us tonight, but we will start looking towards tomorrow to see if that rain will make it to us in the later half of Tuesday. Looking towards all of the southeast, you can see here, the situation is that most of the rain and cloud cover in the region is in south and central Florida for anywhere from Atlanta to Memphis. It's pretty clear for most of us, but you can see that's sort of affecting our temperatures too, as it is a little bit cooler down in the peninsula, in the southern part of Florida. Right now, 82 in Quincy and 82 in Valdosta, up to 83 in Apalachicola. So pretty similar temperatures for most of the region. A little bit on the warmer side. As you'll see here, it is also a little bit on the muggier side. Not as bad as it could be, but again, a little bit warmer and muggier. Isn't the best conditions, but not the worst. Just kind of seasonable for us right now. But we are watching a cold front that might come help us later out with those temperatures. Looking at the next 24 hours, though, you can see it is a little bit quiet here. As we will see going into Tuesday, though, we will start to see some more rain and cloud cover enter the region, as you can see here at 3 p.m. Maybe some pop-up showers. 9 a.m., 70, 71, so a really nice day tomorrow to maybe get a walk out, walk your dog, just have a nice day out on Landis Green if you are out there on FSU campus. As we start to go to the middle of the day at 12 p.m., sunny and 80, and then at 3 p.m., like I said, pop-up showers. So you will start to need to watch outdoor activities and maybe head inside as some of these storms come in, as some of them might be a little bit more on the strong or severe side. Looking at the week ahead, you can see that it is going to be relatively similar for most of the week. Those rain chances do drop off at the end near Sunday and Monday, but you can see it's mostly 20 to 50% for most of the week. Might see a little bit increase in shower and thunderstorm activity as the tropical wave moves through our region. Temperatures pretty stable from 86 all the way to 82 on Monday, maybe cooling off as we enter the weekend. As you can see, these temperatures here, they're pretty similar for us, going from 67 as a low on Monday to 70 all the way on Tuesday. So not really too much in the weather story for us right now. Maybe just a little bit of rain with this tropical wave moving towards us as we get towards the middle of the week and into the weekend. But of course, with this cold front, we will start to see that all dry out for us. So not too much to talk about, just watching this rain and this heat. But I will pass it off to David now for a look at more of our weather.
Robert, looks like a really good stretch of weather for us until you get to Thursday and Friday. We're going to take a look at the southeast right here, and temperatures currently around the southeast are in about the, they're in the mid 80s to low 80s depending on where you're at, and there's some 70s where there's actually some cloud cover and showers going on in the Orlando area at 74 degrees. currently, and the dew points tell the story of like how comfortable the air really is. You can see 71-degree dew point here in Little Rock, and Atlanta 56. And as you move down towards Florida, you see 71, 73, 73 down in Miami, where there actually is some shower activity, and the air is very moist, and it's on the humid side, still that summer-like kind of air mass down there, the tropical air mass. Currently the winds around the area is 7 miles per hour out of the northeast at Tallahassee, and through Florida generally out of the northeast until you get down here to Miami, where we have winds at 15 miles per hour out of the east, which is also prompting small craft advisories around the coast of Florida. And you see these showers and thunderstorms popping up here in central part of the state, and down a little lighter stuff down here as you get down to South Florida near Miami. But I think there was actually a severe thunderstorm. No, there was actually some flood warning up here in part of Volusia County, I believe, about 20 minutes ago. As far as the thunderstorm outlook goes, there's not really much to talk about, just general thunderstorms, sort of a strip along a front here in the Tennessee Valley up into the Ohio Valley, and just general thunderstorms associated with a tropical wave that is moving through Florida. Next 24 hours, we don't have any clouds on the map. We're having technical difficulties, but slowly there's a tropical wave that is making its way across Florida and will enhance our shower activity as we get to Thursday and Friday. Tonight's lows around the southeast, Little Rock 62, generally in the upper mid-50s, lower 60s around Tennessee and northern part of Georgia. As you get down into Florida, you can see these lows are in the mid-70s and low 70s. And tomorrow's forecast, highs around the southeast, Shreveport about 85 degrees. Here in Tallahassee, it's going to be a warm one, 87, and pretty much in the low to mid-upper 80s as you go down into South Florida. And now I'm going to hand things off to the desk with Robert. Is going to talk. Actually, I'm going to hand it off to Josh. He's going to talk about the tropics. What's going on in the tropics, Josh?
All right, thank you, David. We've got a little bit happening in the tropics right now after a very, very long season that we're still getting into. Remember, folks, the season does not end until November 30th. So we are into our 5th named storm on the Greek letter scale. This is going to be Epsilon that we're dealing with right now. Here's our satellite radar view of Epsilon. You can see it's in the middle of the Atlantic right now with winds 45 miles per hour. It looks like it's strengthening just a little bit. With pressure sitting at 998 millibars. As that pressure goes down, you can notice the storm will actually increase in wind speed as well. You'll see right now it's trying to make a track a little towards the north. You see Bermuda over here. We'll see if it makes any impacts in that area. So upper level water vapor, you can see it's a little bit of a moisture associated with this storm. The darker colors represent actually more moisture. So over to our east side of the storm is generally more vapor and more precipitation that you can see associated with these storms. And here it will be the about 5-day track. Right here we're sitting at 50 miles per hour as of tomorrow at 1 a.m. So it looks like we'll be strengthening as we go into the overnight hours. As we make our way through Tuesday, you can see it's going to start making more of a western track. As we get into Wednesday, we're going to be sitting at 70 miles per hour, which will be categorizing it as a Category 1 hurricane. And as we move in later towards the week, you can see on Thursday we're sitting at 80 miles per hour, and this is Bermuda sitting right over here, so they're going to have to be on watch of this cone of uncertainty as the storm can move anywhere in between this cone. And the spaghetti plots for this storm, we see a pretty much agreement between all the spaghetti models right now. You can see there's a little one that's going off more into the Atlantic, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see a very general consensus here. It's going to end right in the Bermuda area, so they're going to have to be on very high alert for this storm, as it could have some impacts as a Hurricane 2 storm possibly. And for our tropical update here, we've got a lot of action that's been happening throughout the entire year. Right now, we're only looking at one storm, but as we previously mentioned, remember, hurricane season does not end until November 30th. So as you can see, we're going to pass things off now to Robert at the desk.
Thank you for that, Josh. We actually do have breaking news out of Sandpoint, Alaska right now. A magnitude 7.5 earthquake has just been recorded 55 miles southeast of Sandpoint, Alaska at a depth of 25 miles just below the surface. Buoys have picked up a little bit of sudden water level changes in the North Pacific right now. So we are on watch for potential tsunami impacting the Alaska coast right now. That is why a tsunami warning is currently in effect for much of southern Alaska, including Anchorage and Kodiak. So if you do have family there in coastal Alaska, or if you yourself watching this right now are in coastal Alaska, it is best to heed evacuation warnings, head to higher ground as soon as possible, as this situation is developing very quickly. In general, this situation also helps us sort of understand why, with a lot of other situations in 2020 with fire warnings and other sort of weather warnings with like hurricanes here, why this situation is really important to prep for these kind of situations. It doesn't take that long to prepare a kit for wherever you are, like here in Tallahassee. Our main threat is hurricanes. From where I'm from in the Great Plains, it's mostly tornadoes. And of course, on the West Coast, you see a lot of tsunamis and earthquakes. So it is really important to always prepare for these kind of situations. It doesn't take that much time out of your day to just go to the store, look up a list, and just prepare your family with documents and passports and whatever you need, because it doesn't take that long, but it could save your life to be prepared for these kind of situations. Because as we see with 2020, with like the fires out west, these situations can spread very, very, very quickly. So, of course, we are watching this situation in Alaska right now. This is breaking news out of Sandpoint, Alaska. This situation is still developing, as I'm saying. There's a tsunami warning currently in effect right now for most of coastal Alaska. So we are currently keeping watch on that. We will continue to update you as to the situation in Alaska. If anything changes, if the tsunami does verify, we are continuing to watch and praying for that area right now. But I will pass this off to David with the National.
Thank you, Robert. That's some interesting news. I mean, it's common to get earthquakes, in Alaska and along the west coast of Florida. I mean, the west coast of California. Sorry, western coast of the United States due to being in a ring of fire. But that's a really big magnitude earthquake. I really hope and pray that everybody is okay, and hopefully, there's no tsunamis that come out of that. I'm going to look at the picture. Look at the temperatures around the nation right now. Look at this cold weather coming in out of Canada. 33 in Bismarck, 33 in Minneapolis, where they're expecting. They actually have a winter weather advisory where they're expecting about 2 to 5 inches tonight. And if you look over here in the fire-ridden west, temperatures are 68 here in San Francisco, 72 in Los Angeles, and 80 degrees in Albuquerque. And over here in the southeast, which we looked at earlier, 75 in Atlanta. And as you go up in the northeast, you see the temperatures cool off into those fall-like, almost winter-like highs for the day. 54 degrees in Boston. And looking out west, where all these fires are, just been plagued by fires this year. 2020 has just been crazy for everybody. And out here in Salt Lake City, you can see that the dew point is 34. And out here in Albuquerque, 19. These are just super dry conditions, and they just need some rain this winter. Hopefully it's a wet winter to give them some rain out there, because these fires are just out of control. We're going to look at the East Coast now, and the dew points are higher over here, 57 in Washington, D.C., and 56 in Atlanta. And they'll probably change. These dew points will probably come down as we have a cold front actually draped right here. You can see it making its way east and southeast, and there's some rain associated with that. Nothing severe, just some rain at the leading edge of that cold front making its way. And it's going to usher in some cooler and drier air to the Great Lakes and Northeast. And eventually we'll have a cold front come down here hopefully in a week or so to give us also some cooler and drier air. And out here you can see all the dry air out here, just no moisture. And this is where all these wildfires, I just looked on my wildfire app, and there's just like, they wouldn't fit on my phone. So, I mean, there's just tons of fires out there, and just pray for rain eventually. And you can see they have fire hazard warnings out here in Atlanta. And up here, this purple up here in Minneapolis is the winter weather advisory, expecting 2 to 5 inches of snow. And you come down here into Florida, you can see that we have small craft advisories due to strong winds associated with a tropical wave that's coming through. And we're going to look at the northeast radar real quick. And here's that cold front I was mentioning, and there's some showers and shower activity associated, but nothing severe. And you can see up here showers, and also this little cloud cover, winter weather coming in, and so that it will continue to bring some snow in from Minneapolis area and parts of Minnesota. No cloud cover down here in the southwest. high and dry for them, and this tells the story right here. Lots of severe drought and extreme drought, just really bad conditions, and so it's just really, really crazy out there. I'm going to hand things off to Josh. What are you going to talk about, Josh?
We're getting into the local forecast here as we move out. We're looking at the, here I am. Okay, now I'm gone. Oh, I'm back. 4, okay, here we go. There we go, now I'm back. Doak Campbell Stadium, just as we were looking at it again earlier today in our broadcast. And currently sitting at 83 degrees, partly cloudy, winds coming out of the northeast at 7 miles an hour. Very nice afternoon, a bit warm side. As you can see down into South Florida and central regions of Florida right now, we get a lot of rainfall coming in through that area. But for Tallahassee and most of the southeast region of the United States, pretty dry. As you can see, very dry conditions over here. You can see this moisture making its way up towards North Florida, the Jacksonville region. And temperatures right now around Tallahassee, 81 in Quincy, 82 in Bainbridge. As we make our way a little to the east, we can see 82 in Valdosta. And right now, we're sitting at 83 down in Apalachicola. And as for our dew points today, Tallahassee sitting at 63, pretty muggy conditions. Overall, not too bad. As you can see, there's some moisture in our surrounding areas. Heat index is very high right now, 84 degrees in Tallahassee, 85 down in Apalachicola. You'll definitely be feeling those temperatures as you walk outside tonight. As for the next 24 hours, we've got definitely some rainfall, scattered showers that will be making its way through the Tallahassee area and up into southern Georgia and Alabama. As for our day planner forecast for tomorrow, 9 a.m., we're going to see sunny conditions, 71 degrees, very nice as you make your way to work and school in the morning. As moving through the day, you'll see conditions will warm up a lot as we get into the later afternoon with some pop-up thunderstorms as we saw on that satellite and radar, with temperatures coming up to the mid to upper 80s tomorrow. And as for our week ahead, tomorrow you can see we've got these chances of thunderstorms increase throughout the entire week as we see a little bit higher temperatures. As we talked about, temperatures were increasing throughout the week. This will probably be our last increase in temperatures that we see for the fall months. And moving into our weekend, Saturday and Sunday, you can see temperatures kind of level off a bit with lows sitting in the mid to upper 60s. And now we're going to have Lindsay give us our environmental update for today.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm student meteorologist and student environmentalist Lindsay Parmet, and today on Current Environmental Issues with Lindsay, we are talking about the California forest fires and why they're so devastating. So these forest fires originated from pyrotechnic use during a gender reveal, which is where a family gathers together to display the gender of their baby. The California state government says that this family specifically used a pyrotechnic device which triggered the forest fires, which is causing over 200 million acres of California land and into Oregon to unfortunately burn down, and it's causing a lot of issues. So the reason that these fires perpetuated more than just a couple trees lighting on fire is because California is currently in a drought. It is very dry and very hot, so the fire can sustain itself and continuously burn throughout this time period. But it's also devastating because not only have millions of people lost their homes and properties and animals and, you know, their lives to such a devastating event, it's also really bad for our environment because the fires are releasing pollutants that we inhale, and it's going to make us sick as people, or if you're in the Northwest, it's going to make you very sick most likely. It's not good to breathe them in. But we are also losing a lot of biodiversity because the forest fires specifically, are burning down, which means the loss of habitats for specific animals, which on a greater scale means the entirety of a lost ecosystem. So overall, these forest fires are really, really damaging to the environment that they're currently in, and damaging to the people. So many people have lost their homes, and there's so many different ways to help. I encourage everybody to go out, do some research on different organizations that you can donate to, or if you know anybody in the area, check in on them, see how they're doing, because this is a really trying time for people. So that's all I have for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Bye, guys. Send it back to everybody in the studio. Miss you all.
Thank you, Lindsay. Now we're actually going to look at our Florida conditions. You can see right now temperatures pretty temperate across most of the state, pretty much in the 80s for most of us. That rain is keeping most of the central Florida a little bit on the cooler side, but honestly, not very bad conditions for us right now. You can see satellite and radar. Looking at this tropical wave moving its way into central Florida right now, pulling up that cloud cover significantly, and a little bit of rain with it too, going into Tampa and Orlando. Miami also seeing a little bit of that rain too, but we're pretty clear here right now in Tallahassee and off to the west. And you can see looking at Miami right now, a lot of that rain and cloud cover moving in through Miami to Fort Myers and Key West, also getting hit by some of this rain. None of this is severe, of course, as is most rain this season in Miami, but we might have a few brief downpours on the I-95 corridor, so something to watch out for, of course, as we go into the evening hours. Looking at our Florida forecast, you can see Miami right now, temperatures are going to stay pretty similar throughout most of the week. But you will see significant chances of rain every day. Right now, Tuesday will have your highest chance at 80%, going up to 60% into Thursday. And Tampa will be pretty similar, also in the 80s, just a little bit on the warmer side. Rain chances are also fairly high, ranging from 60 to 40%. So spotty showers for you guys in Tampa and Miami, and also Orlando, who's seeing pretty much temperatures in the low 80s and rain chances from 40 to 50%. So looking at spotty showers coming in with this tropical wave. And you can see with satellite and radar showing this tropical wave moving its way through the region, now moving its way just north of I-4. You can see right now around from Lake Wales to Palm Bay, going to see a lot of storms for you guys right now. None of these, of course, are severe, just maybe some brief downpours for you guys. Looking up towards Jacksonville, you are starting to see some of this cloud cover start to move into your region along with these storms. Maybe Palm Coast too, just a few storms for you guys. But again, not much in the way of severe storms, just some general thunder. Jacksonville, it's going to be a little bit on the cooler side, ranging from even the upper 70s to lower 80s. But again, pretty high chance of rain for you guys. And in Pensacola, it's going to be in the 80s, but the lowest chance of rain here in the state from 40% to even 10% on Tuesday and Wednesday. Looking at your satellite and radar too, not much in the way from Pensacola to Defuniak Springs over to Tallahassee. So again, it's not much for us right now, but as we start to get tonight's forecast, it's going to be pretty cool for us. And tomorrow's forecast, high temps are going to be a little bit on the warmer side. So I'm going to hand it off now to David for one last look at our local weather.
All right, Robert. Hey, we got some rain down there in central part of Florida, in Orlando area, and nothing severe. That's really good. And here's our local picture here at a live look at Doak Campbell Stadium. The sun about to set. Look at it, no clouds in the sky. It's absolutely gorgeous out there. And the current temperature, 83 degrees. It is very comfortable under partly cloudy skies. And northeast wind at 7 miles per hour. And as we look at the cloud cover on the satellite picture here, nothing for us up in Panhandle, but as you move down towards Ocala and south towards Orlando and the rest of the state there, under cloud cover, and there's some showers and storms associated with that cloud cover. It's currently 81 degrees in Bainbridge and Valdosta, 82. Tallahassee is currently 83 degrees, so very comfortable outside. And the winds are generally out of the east, northeast, 8 miles per hour at Donaldsonville out of the east, and St. Mark's 5 miles per hour out of the northeast. And over the next 24 hours, clouds will start to creep their way in, and maybe a couple sprinkles here and there, nothing heavy yet. I believe there's a 20% chance of rain tomorrow. As we'll look at the day planner for tomorrow, at 9 o'clock, expect temperatures at 71 degrees under sunny skies, 80 at 12 p.m., and under sunny skies with clouds starting to move in, and we might have some pop-up showers around 3 p.m. with a temperature of 86. And looking at the week ahead, you can see Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, our rain chances ramp up with temperatures in the mid-80s. And as we get to Saturday and Sunday, you can see that 30% chance on Saturday. And temperatures are on the mild side still, so it's going to be good weather. So Josh, what do you think about this weather?
Thank you, David. Looking into our next week, it looks like temperatures are just going to be rising as we make our way towards the weekend. You'll see that we've got a lot of a bit of scattered thunderstorm action coming through our area as we make our way through the week as well. But for now, we're coming out from a great weekend, an FSU football win against a ranked team. That was great. We've got our 26th named storm of the season, which is huge. We haven't seen that many numbers in a very, very long time as far as I know of, as Epsilon makes its way into the Bermuda area. And as for our national forecast, you guys saw that we've got very dry conditions out west. It's kind of definitely not helping out that fire situation, as those dry conditions and very low dew points add on to the flames that are ever growing out there. Hopefully, as we move into the winter, that cooler, more moist air will kind of level out those fires as we move into 2021. As for our viewing area, very scattered storms as we move into tomorrow afternoon as well. And let's touch on that earthquake that we saw happen pass through as well. That was very interesting that Robert told us. We can go back and talk about it a little bit more. A 7.4 magnitude. We haven't seen an earthquake like that in a bit amount of time. And that tsunami warning that we saw that's now in effect because of that earthquake that happened in Alaska. So we're going to have to look for areas such as Anchorage and Kodiak for possible things that we can see come out of those tsunamis. That's very dangerous conditions for them. Oh, and we'll get into a bit what's going on nationally right now, a little bit away from weather. Early voting is now open in Florida. So folks, we really encourage you guys to get out there and vote. Express your right to vote to have. A lot of things going on in the news right now, so I'm sure everyone's got their own viewpoints, and I think it's really great for everyone to try to express those, and I think voting is the best way that we can do that. In local government and upper government and even in our school government, voting is the best way to voice your opinion on things. And here at FSU Weather, we love talking about weather and conditions here and around the world. Oh, here we go. If you can follow us on Twitter at FSU Weather. Like us on Facebook as well, facebook.com/FSU Weather. We always broadcast live on YouTube TV and Facebook Live, so catch us on YouTube at FSU Weather. And on Instagram, we post daily reports at FSU Weather. So folks, we appreciate you again watching our show today, a little bit of our summary. Watch out for those storms as we make our way through the end of the week. Other than that, this has been FSU Weather, and thank you. Have a great afternoon.